New Midnight Alpha class changes. What's up guys, Petko here, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about all the class changes that happen onto Alpha and what exactly do they mean. Now keep in mind, they're doing a lot of tuning specifically about healers. They're trying to make healing easier and removing a lot of interrupts and crowd control from healers just so you can have easier time when playing healer. But on top of this, they've added also a lot of stuff for all the classes. So let's dive in, talk about it and see what's up. Okay, so let's begin with the tier sets. They've added a handful of new tier sets. Let's read them through and see what's up. Blood Decay, boil more damage, generate 3 running power, Death Strike does more damage and has a 20% chance to grant a charge of Blue Boil. Alright. So generally passive tier set, not too bad. Unholy Force Piece has been redesigned, Petrified deals more damage, and cause next Scourging Strike to cause no rune. Okay. Death Evoker, Azure Sweep damage increased by 50% and its damage against your primary target increased by 100. What? Eternity Search grants additional use of Azure Sweep casting. Okay, this gotta be the biggest bullshit I've read at tier set. This is really bad for Death Evoker. What the hell is that? BM Hunter, Bestial Rat damage increased by 25%, and also Bestial Rat has a chance to summon. It summons all the time a dire beast for 8 seconds. So not only your effective damage on Bestial Rat is increased by 25, which again, it is a 30-second cooldown, but now every time you cast it, you're gonna get dire beast as well. This is absolutely crazy, by the way. Very good tier set here for Hunter. Precise shots does more damage, and precise shots have a small chance to release a volley of arrows to your target, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Does that mean it's gonna be uncapped damage? So spending precise shots will be very, very important in AoE as well. Okay. Survival Hunter, bomb does more damage, and bomb also additional strike damage. Additional strike is 1 at 100% effectiveness. I like the Survival Hunter bonuses. Arcane Mage, Arcane Charge increase critical strike chance by 1%. Oh, each Arcane Charge, okay. And the critical strike damage of your Arcane spells increased by 10%. Pretty good tier set. I like it. Pyro and Flame Strike does 8% increased damage. Oh, that's beautiful Fire Mage tier set. Casting Pyro or Flame Strike reduces the cooldown of Fire Blast by 0.5. This is good because I remember they removed the Phoenix Flames from Fire Mage, so that is actually very good for the CDR. Frost Mage, Flurry and Blizzard does more damage, which pretty much means more ST, more AoE, and Thicken of Frost increases shadow damage by 10%. I like the Mage tier set so far. The only set that I don't like currently has to be the Devastation Evoker. Real bad. Holy Priest casting Benediction has a high chance to summon Divine Image. Divine Image lasts for additional 3 seconds and its healing and damage increased by 30%. Eli Shaman. Casting Stormkeeper increases your haste by 15% for 10 seconds. So they removed Primordial Wave and Splintered Elements that you're gonna get haste from P-Wave. But now every time you cast Stormkeeper, you're gonna get your haste by 15% for 10 seconds. I don't like that. This is really bad. I don't like this at all. Stormkeeper grants additional charge when cast. And Stormkeeper increases Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning damage by 25%. Okay, so this is good. The 4-piece is good because there is no more CDR of Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt or Tempest onto the Stormkeeper. Now I have like a flat 15-second CDR. This is good, but the 2-piece is kind of whatever. And the rest, Shaman, last but not least, Unleash Life cooldown reduced by 3 seconds. Direct healing increased by 100%. Okay, fine. I'm gonna dive through each and every spec. Some classes I'm gonna dive deeper, others not as much. Okay. So let's see what's up. Decay, Putrefy has 25% chance to reset Soul Reaper cooldown and allow it to be used in that target. Again, this is what I'm talking about here, the execute damage of Unholy Decay with Soul Reaper, and it's a redesign last week. I've already covered this one. They've added new talents to Aldraki River Demon Hunter, which is good. I think they want to make sure Havoc Demon Hunter is centered around the hunt. That's pretty much what they want to make sure that they're centered around. Let me take a look. Havoc. Okay, the new Apex talents for Havoc DH, they haven't been announced before. The Hunt empowers the next IBM. Yeah, here we go. They're talking about a Hunt now. Okay. Increase damage by 100% and effective enemies in a wider area. That's good. The Hunt has a 30-second CDR and deals more damage, and the damage over time effect applies to 4 enemies around them. So that's gonna be really good. Is the baseline cooldown of Hunt 2 minutes for DH? I'm not sure. It could be also a minute and a half. Need to check. Blade Dance damage increased by 20%, and a fully channeled I-beam causes your next Blade Dance to refresh its cooldown. I don't like that as much. That the Blade Dance does more damage, that's good, but that's whatever. An I-beam CDR reduced to 30 seconds, was 40 before. Alright, I think overall that's going to be good for Havoc DH. It's going to make your I-beams pretty meaty. Druid of the Claw. Seems like they're doubling down on how Druid of the Claw should work out, especially if you're looking to get yourself playing Feral Druid. They're adding a talent that's going to give you more energy, which is gonna be good. As you know, Feral Druid struggles with energy, but pretty much 18% chance to follow up any single target melee ability or race with Twin Claw, dealing high physical damage and generating 3 energy or 5 rage. Again, this is gonna help you tremendously when it comes down to regeneration of energy, or in general having better sustained single targets without having to think about, oh, my focus is running out, etc. So that's really good. I love that from Druid of the Claw. Very thoughtful of them. Overall, they're just getting more passive damage here and there. That's good. Elune's Chosen. They're also buffing Elune's Chosen, I believe. Yes, they are. But I still believe you will be playing... I think Guardian Druid will probably be playing here Elune's Chosen. We'll see how it's going to go once they release Mythic Plus. We get to test a lot of stuff, but yeah. Alright, let's go forward here. Chrono Warden, small changes here. Doesn't really matter for Evoker. Devastation Evoker, melt armor and damage effect from the maneuver ability. Extends duration when deep breath is cast multiple times while the effect is active. Okay. A new talent here. Also, they're removing the interrupt for Preservation Evoker. It's now going to be a talent move to Augmentation and Devastation 3. That is really bad. Several reasons. First of all, you remove additional control for Passive Evoker, no longer have interrupt. So Feral Druid doesn't have interrupt, Disc Priest don't have interrupt, Restoration Druid removed, and now Evoker. And the only healers with interrupt are Holy Paladin, Restoration Shaman, right, and Mistweaver. Interesting. Oh, if they don't have interrupt, then at least make the rest don't have interrupt, you know. Also, having to spend a talent point as Aug Evoker or Def Evoker to make sure you get that interrupt is pretty bad. They should have made him baseline. Augmentation Evoker, imminent destruction redesign. Every time you Breath of Ions reduces the essence cost of your 6 eruptions by 1. They really want to make sure that they do make augmentation meta though. They've been doing a lot of changes here lately. Enemies affected by fire breath damage over time effect takes 25% increased damage from your black spells. So Eruption, for example, you could do more damage with Molten Embers. Okay. Devastation Evoker, new Apex talents. When Dragon Rage is active, you gain Rising Fury for 6 seconds, increasing your haste by 4%, stacking up 5 times. So that's like 20% more haste during your major cooldown. It's like getting a PI. Almost. When the Rising Fury reaches 5 stacks, it increases all spell damage by 15%. This is very good. Because you reach usually maximum stacks within like by the end of the Dragon Rage. Again, depends how much haste you have. When Dragon Rage ends, gain a Rising Fury for 4 seconds per stack. So if you have 5 stacks, it's gonna be like 20 seconds, which grants the damage and haste bonuses accumulated from the Rising Fury and generates Essence Burst every 4 seconds. Absolutely amazing tier set. Sorry, Apex talents. That makes that pretty much guarantees you to have more damage during your cooldowns and a lot more damage after the major cooldowns are done. So you have even better sustain after that. This is very good Apex talents for Def Evoker here. Some other small changes here done. It seems like they're increasing the radius healing of Press Evoker. Live bind is now going to be 8 seconds. That's fine. All right. I mean, overall, Death Evoker is eating very good so far. Hunter. Small changes here to direct range BM Hunter. They're adding a new talent here called Guardian's Hide. Your pet protects you all the time and reduces damage taken by 3%. Okay, that's gonna be a choice note with Royal Sacrifice. I think Royal Sacrifice is gonna be played all the time. For the people that haven't seen it, I recommend you check out the last class changes video. They made Royal Sacrifice kind of like a power and Blessing of Sacrifice, you know? Similar effects, but it gives you less damage reduction to the enemy. I think like 15%. Alright. Big Rat's Bloodshed been updated. Provokes your pet tier into your target, dealing heavy damage. And damage from Bloodshed has a 10% chance to summon entire beast. Okay. That's good. Some quality of life changes here. They are changing the way survival works. It seems like they're adding a lot of... So first of all, making Tip of the Spear increases any direct damage of auto spells by 15%, stacking up 3 times. Okay. They're adding some more passive damage. They're increasing the CDR of Flame Fang pitch by 60 seconds from 30. Okay. They're removing a few talents here. It seems like they're doubling down on the explosive with the Survival Hunter. And they want to make sure your builds are more versatile. It seems like they also give you CDR on Boomstick, which is another, you know, major talent point you can run to. Alright. Alright. I expected a bit more changes for Hunter, however. There's been none. General changes here for Frostfire and Spellslinger seems to be buffed quite heavily, I must say. Well, okay, so I guess a redesign of power, because I can see now the Splintered Orbs to give you less splinters, but then you get a lot more damage from the splinter itself, right? And the direct damage of Splinter also being reduced. Never mind, it seems like a nerf, not a buff. Well, I guess some of the abilities have been buffed and others been nerfed, okay? Let me check the class general changes for Mage. Hot Streak, clear casting Brain Freeze increase your intellect by 1% for 8 seconds. Multiple applications may overlap. This is very good here, talent for Brainstorm. Gives you more intellect on demand. Very good. Spells to duplicate spell twice. Useless talent. Counter spell prevents casting additional 1 second. Could be useful. Remove curse. CDR. Useless. Mana cost reduced by 5%. These are very good for Arcane Mage here. Mana Confluence. Okay. Movement speed increase. Useless. Cone of Code CDR. The cooldown is increased to 25 seconds. It was 12. That's gonna be meaningful change for Frost, because that's gonna change your rotation a little bit. Eureka is now 1 pointer and Big Brain has been removed. Alright. Then I think the base talent here is gonna be the first one. Gives you more intellect and it's gonna be stacking. That's good. Fire Mage. What have they done to the Fire Mage? It seems like, first of all, they are updating the way Apex talents work. No longer requires combustion. Chance increase to 20%. Now increase fire damage to 4%. Okay. Additional increase fire damage by 6%. And third note is going to be combustion significantly increases your chance to gain fired up, reducing each time you gain fired up. Aha. So not only bad luck protection, but also too much luck protection, I guess. So procs could be spread evenly. There's a new talent that every time you do damage fire blast deals damage to 8 nearby enemies. That could be useful. Also, whenever combustion expires, every single ignite explodes, dealing 50% of the remaining damage. Huh. That's kind of nice. That's gonna be like a snapshot burst. What? Interesting. All right, and I guess fire is getting more damage as well. All right. Kindling has been updated now, 2-point talent, and reduces combustion by 60 seconds. So Kindling gives you CDR and combustion by a minute. Crazy. Okay. What other things have been removed? The following talents have been removed: Firefall, Flame Patch, Surging Blaze. Flame Patch being removed. Interesting. Very interesting. Fireball damage increased by 50%. Pyromaniac returned to the Fire Mage 3 and Flame Strike does more damage. Interesting changes here for Fire Mage. Frost Mage, very minor changes, but Comet Storm now replaces Ray of Frost, was Blizzard before. Okay. So whenever you get Comet Storm, Ray of Frost is going to become inactive. You can't press it. Interesting. Alright. Monk, Master of Harmony, very small changes here. Shadowpan, mostly bug fixes. There's been a lot of changes for Mistweaver. I've never really been an expert in Mistweaver, but they removed some of the talents. Tea of Serenity, Tea of Plenty, Spear of Hand Strike, Refreshing Jade Wind, and Energy Transfer removed. It seems like they're doing some rebalancing of healing. I can see they're removing some of the healing effect or reducing the healing effect from some spells, and they're adding a lot more for others. Interesting. Jade Bond no longer causes enveloping mist from Spirit Food Chi cocoons. Interesting. Okay. All right. Paladin Lightsmith changes here. Hammer and Anvil healing effect now has a 30-yard radius with 20 and a cap of 5 targets. Good. I like that. Hammer of Wrath icon updated. A lot of changes here for Holy Paladin. Healing increased from Holy Light and Holy Shock by 20 and 50%. Although I'm not a big fan of getting Holy Light buff by 50%. Because that means you're gonna become a castable Paladin. Divine Revelation no longer mentions Holy Light. Oh, it seems like there's been a lot of changes to Holy Paladin. Oh, look at that. Holy Paladin has no interrupt anymore. So the only healers with interrupt are gonna be Mistweaver and the Restoration Shaman. But Mistweaver got something removed. Spear of Hand Strike. Is that their interrupt? It could be. I need to make character later. This could be their interrupt. That means a Restoration Shaman is gonna be the only healer with interrupt. That's gonna be a very valuable thing. So a lot of healing changes here to Holy Paladin. I'm not gonna cover all of them. You guys can read and dive through if you like to. Shadow healing reduced by 75% for Shadow only. And Shadow all damage done reduced by 25. Lol. That's everything for Priest. Okay. So broke changes. Shadow downs cooldown reduced to 30 seconds with 45. That is an amazing change, by the way. So they increasing. Oh, never mind. They're removing improved Shadow Downs talent. That's why they're buffing Shadow Downs baseline. Okay, never mind. I got too excited. Shadow Downs duration is increased by 100% of your haste. That is good. Okay. Let me check right now. Restoration Shaman. Totemic. Small changes. Class changes here for Elemental Shaman. Static Charge is a 2-point talent. Useless. You're gonna skip it anyway. Who the fuck cares about 15 seconds CDR? For 2 talent points. Useless. Brimming of Life is now 2 talent points. But it gives the stamina increase by 10%. I mean, you wanna spend this all the time. Alakir is gonna be 2 talent points. It gives you 3 or 6% movement speed during regular form and 10% during Ghost Hoof. Okay. Tarazan Resilience and Reactive Warding are now a choice note in a class 3 instead of Restoration 3. What does that mean? Tarazan Resilience and Reactive Warding, I need to take a look. Is that the damage reduction whenever you have Earthshield on yourself? I'm not sure. I need to check out after this video. But this sounds actually, can I check right now, Ivan? Is this alpha? 1 second, guys. This is actually alpha. Let me just press my talents and read about it. Tarazan Resilience and Reactive Warding. Or maybe the changes won't be active on alpha yet, because they usually don't put them the day, like immediately after. They usually wait like a day or two. It seems like they've also buffing Restoration Shaman, although they've been changed unpleasantly bad the past couple of weeks. They're putting some more emphasis towards unleashing life, it seems like. It's now gonna be a talent tree. Unleash life healing increased by 30% and now has a 20-second cooldown with 15. Ascendance has been reworked.
Transfers into Water Ascendant, immediately healing nearby allies while Ascendant, casting a Riptide, closing next healing wave of Chain Heal to be instant. Oh, that's good. Healing wave and Chain Heal apply Riptide to target, and healing done is increased by 30%. That is very good, by the way, Ascendance. And obviously every single heal has been increased, and Wind Shear, which is your interrupt, is now going to be a 30-second cooldown. Huh. Oh, this is the old talent. Never mind. This is the old talents. Never mind. I guess I was on a alpha. Whatever. I'll check out later. Warlock. They're buffing the Drain Life heal. Useless unless for I guess it's good for leveling. Nothing too important. Several talent being repositioned. Okay, we'll take a look at that one. Colossus new talent is Demolish. Final Strike applies deep wounds to all targets at 100% effectiveness. That's very good. Okay. Critical Strike of your rent and deep wound damage increased. Okay. Some talents for Colossus and Mountain Tane, it seems like. Slayer has a lot of stuff as well on top. A lot of new talents. Blaze Storm increased haste by 15%. Okay. A lot of cool stuff here, it seems like. Executioner also increases your execute critical strike chance and critical strike damage by 3% per stack. That's gonna be insane for like boss progressions. Alright. Class changes for Warrior. Healing increased by 3% talent and all self-healing increased by 10%. I like this. Berserking Rage reduces is reduced 50%, and Berserking Rage removes all movement speed impairing effects. They're giving you even more utility as Warrior. Stormbolt, Shattering Throw, Wrecking Throw, Champion Spear apply hamstring to all targets, so it gives you natural slow whenever you play it. Champion Spear redesign. Throw a spear to target location, chaining all enemies. Sorry, my cat. Chaining all enemies in the area to the spear location and dealing physical damage instantly and additional physical damage over 6 seconds. While the spear is active, activating this ability will cause you to leap to the spear, slamming down and deal physical damage to all targets. So pretty much like a mass grip in a sense, having Champion Spear. A very good thing. Intimidating Shout. Enemies other than the primary target are no longer feared in place but flee from the warrior. Whatever. Increases the health granted by Rallying Cry by additional 2% and increases the duration by 3 seconds. No longer grants movement speed to leech. Okay. So they remove the leech effect, but gives you more health during Rallying Cry. It's still fine. I'll take it. Thunderclap now automatically applies rend to 5 targets without into rend. I like it. Following talents being removed, Blood and Thunder. Menace, Death Strike, Concussive Blows, Cacophonous Roar. And that's all. It seems like a lot of good changes here for Warrior. They keep on adding stuff, so I like that. Anyway, guys, that's everything so far about changes. I will just attach this file down there. This is around 12.5 pages of changes. You guys can take a look at them if you like to on your own pace. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys soon on hopefully Mythic Plus beta so we can actually play the game. Peace out.